Hey folks, how are we doing? Yes, so we're back with a Temur deck that I don't believe I've played on the channel before. But yes, we're going to play some Temur Food Chain today. So if you don't know how this works, what you want to do is get Food Chain into play. That's not going to let me expand the card view. But you exile a creature, and you get mana equal to its mana cost +1. And so Misthollow Griffin can be played from exile, and so can Squee. So you play Food Chain, then you play Misthollow Griffin, exile it to get 5 mana, replay your Misthollow Griffin, exile it, and now you've got 6 mana. And that gives you infinite mana, and that'll let you, stunt on your opponent with a giant Walking Ballista or Hydroid Krasis. Imperial Recruiter gets both sides of the combo. And so this list showed up in a league run by Mair, and I think it looks interesting. If you're unfamiliar with the history of Temur Food Chain, this kind of list was popping up a couple years ago, and I guess it was okay. Just one thing about it is it played 3 Lightning Bolt and 3 Birds of Paradise, which is not really enough removal to have a shot at beating tempo decks. And then Birds of Paradise is pretty bad, it just dies to lightning bolts. Once Ragavan got printed, there was like a slight resurgence in Temur Food Chain because Ragavan was a lot better than Birds of Paradise. But then Ragavan was banned, and this deck really hasn't been heard of too much since then. I mean, maybe some banned varieties which can utilize Noble Hierarch more effectively, but not so much on the Temur side. But now we have the Questing Druid, which is a nice little value engine. And then, we're playing Fury in the main board. And I guess I like what this does. We actually have like enough removal now that we're not just going to lose to tempo decks with 7 removal spells instead of just 3 lightning bolts like in Jarvis U's list there. We got this Questing Druid engine. And I haven't had a chance to play Carpet of Flowers or Uro in the 75 in some time, so this will be fun. My initial impression about this list is it just looks okay, but I would probably be playing Force of Negations in the sideboard. Just pitching your Misthollow Griffin to Force of Negation is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, this looks like interesting and like it'll probably be fun. One thing about Food Chain, though, is it does require infinite clicks to get the mana to Walking Ballista someone out of the game. So that can be an issue. Hopefully our opponents will just concede. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything. So let's get into it here. Temur Food Chain. All right, here we go. Just one more thing I wanted to add before we get started is just one more thing I like about the list here. It's just that if you compare it to compared to Temur Delver, which he's putting up results, it's like the 4th biggest deck, I believe, on MTG Goldfish. I just don't really see a reason to play Temur Delver over Grixis Delver. And I mean, mostly you just get your Delver of Secrets destroyed by Orcish Bowmasters, and then you're not able to fight back. And you're really not running enough removal to fight the Orcish Bowmaster game. And so here we have the 7 removal spells, as I mentioned. I think this is a Temur deck has some promise. All right, now we'll get into it for real. Okay, so we have an interesting hand here. We have a Force of Will that we can pitch to Misthollow Griffin to. We have Fury and Lightning Bolt, which could also potentially buy time, but we are missing a 2nd mana. So we'd have like 2 draw steps to hit it and 19 lands in the deck. So like less than 1/3. We do have 2 draw steps. So it's like over 50% to hit the land here and 2 draw steps. We have all this good stuff going on. I kind of want to just run it, although this could be ugly. The other hand, maybe mulliganing is just not that bad. Well, my opponent's only other recording on the MTG Goldfish is Jund Modern back in 2022. Well, if it's fair magic, I mean, this hand's pretty good. I guess I'm going to cross my fingers here and hope for the best. There's just a lot going on here if we hit that second land. Alright, you can have a ponder. Alright, they chose not to shuffle. Alright, deck, let's find that land. Alright, we instantly hit it, so I'm happy. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is tempo and they just didn't get a Delver. Okay, it looks like it is tempo. And there's a ponder on their Dragon's Rage Channeler. So how do I want to play this? Do I want to bolt this now and walk into Daze? I think probably not. I think the plan here is to fetch basic mountain and basic island, and then we can use those to seek the beast. And then use that to find the third land. Although that seek the beast is probably going to get dazed. But I mean, fetching basic lands does make sense here, I think. I mean, I don't want to get wastelanded. Wow, they forced pitching Daze on my lightning bolt. Well, I guess I'm forcing back then. I mean, I don't mind losing the Misthollow Griffin. I would guess that my opponent was probably not expecting to see a Misthollow Griffin there. There's a Delver. So, you know, a land would be pretty sweet here. Alright, my ability to just will lands to the top of my deck when I need them is on point, it seems. So I'm probably going to go to my opponent's upkeep here. I could Questing Druid on my end step, but then they can force negation it. I don't think it matters too much. Brainstorm in my end step. I'll let them brainstorm. I could Questing Druid in response to the brainstorm, but then they'll see. Maybe I should have done it on my end step while they were still tapped out, because now they can spell pierce my food chain. I mean my my seek the beast, although I don't think that's very likely to happen. Wow, they force willed my seek the beast. Well, the good news is that I mean, if they don't have a daze for my food chain, or I guess a third Force of Will, we're gonna pretty much be in there. So I would take a red card or a land here. Those would be nice draws. Okay. Well, I'm gonna jam the food chain. Okay, they do have the daze. Bummer. I guess I'll take 3 damage from this insectile aberration, 3 more, and just see if I can do something more savage with these Furies. Although, like, I mean, another DRC, it's gonna have the Delirium when it comes into play. But maybe it's a Delver, it's a Murky Reach. Well, that's bad news. If they didn't have the daze there, we were gonna get to pitch cast the Fury, and then sacrifice the Fury to the food chain, and then go off with Misthollow Griffin and the Hydroid Krasis in hand. But I think we're dead here, sadly. So we drew Imperial Recruiter, but there's nothing that I can recruit for to really get me out of this situation. I guess Ice-Fang Coatl would be okay. Okay, so I guess we're still in it. Okay, so I'm gonna Imperial Recruit. Get Ice-Fang Coatl. I'm gonna do the Fury thing. We'll deal 4 to the Insectile Aberration. So they're going to put me to 2 here, and if they've got Lightning Bolt, I am definitely dead. They haven't played any Lightning Bolts yet, so I would not be surprised. They don't Lightning Bolt me. And now I've got Force of Will. Okay. So I think I'll get to Ice-Fang Coatl. I mean, they know I've got it. There's really no surprise value. So I could just play it on their upkeep here. Prismatic Vista. Okay. The opponent does not wish to attack. There's Squee the Immortal. So the Prismatic Vista is a little unfortunate here. Because I could get, you know, Volcanic Island and then play Squee the Immortal. Although Squee in play doesn't matter too much. I guess I'm just going to play out the Misthollow Griffin. We can rip Food Chain here. I mean, they were in a spot where we're susceptible to daze, but we have 2 blockers for Misthollow Griffin. But no, they'll just Lightning Bolt my head if they draw it. Well, they haven't drawn it yet. We start our turn. Food Chain. That's what we're hoping to draw, but we are not drawing it. So I can't crack the Scalding Tarn anyway. I could just play this Krasis and draw a card. I can't pitch cast Force of Will anyway because I don't have the extra mana, right? So, and if I attack with Ice-Fang Coatl, I just block with Misthollow Griffin, but then Misthollow Griffin's in the graveyard, and that's not very good. This being at 1 life is kind of rough. So I can just cantrip for 1 here is pretty much the option. I guess I'm going to do it and get the life, because I can't Force a Will anyway. Drew a Lightning Bolt, interesting. Yeah, and I guess I am not attacking. But I could just lose to Lightning Bolt here. So they're still passing and doing nothing. Oh. We're getting a Seek the Beast, okay? Okay, I think they found the Lightning Bolt here. Yeah. And I just can't do anything. I couldn't have forced it anyway if I hadn't played the Krasis. So I'm dead. Well, that wasn't... I feel like we're kind of close there. Okay, so here's the sideboarding that I was thinking about. Boarding out the Force of Will and Misthollow package, and then just using Squee to go off with Food Chain. I mean, maybe the Krasis could come out too, if we're gonna bare bones it this much, but that could get me a Flusterstorm or maybe Magus of the Moon, although it doesn't seem... Magus seems pretty weak. Possibly a Flusterstorm or Veil. But I think I'll try this. I think our chances with Uro and Carpet and whatnot should get better. Okay. Yeah, we definitely would have won the last game with a Carpet of Flowers in play. Well, shall we go all in on Carpet? I think so, with the Fury and the Bolts and whatnot. It seems like a fine hand. We'll just grab Tropical Island. Play the Carpet. They do have Force of Will, so I guess we're probably in trouble. Well, maybe I can will lands to the top of my deck again. There's a DRC. Hopefully they play out some guys so we can have a Savage Fury-ing. Okay, well I guess I can still will lands to the top of my deck. So what do I want to do here? Should I just Seek the Beast on my end step? I think so. I can get some practice with how the Seek the Beast actually works. All right, they're gonna daze it, so I'm not gonna find out how Seek the Beast works, but that's okay. They're keeping on top. That improves my chances of a Savage Delirium blowout here, so... Well, a Fury blowout. They won't have Delirium. Maybe they'll play a second boy here, and yeah, we can get a 2 for 2. Well, sadly, it's a Ponder rather than a Delver of Secrets. Alright. So they did, I think, yeah, Surveil Lightning Bolt into the graveyard. They still don't have Delirium yet. But they have Delirium now. Or they will once this bauble hits the graveyard. Okay, so they're going to attack. Well, as long as I don't get Wastelanded, I'll be happy enough just to bolt the DRC. And I guess they're stuck on mana. I could get fancy with this Ice-Fang, but I'm just going to bolt the Dragon's Rage. The Ice-Fang does not have Death Touch there. If it did, maybe I'd consider something different. Alright, the opponent's going to Seek the Beast. Okay, so I believe they revealed Murktide and Volcanic. Alright, I'm still drawing those lands. That's good news. I'm going to Seek the Beast as well. I see it's different when my Seek the Beast looks different from theirs, but at any rate, Endurance, I guess I could have pitch casted Endurance pitching the Ice-Fang Coatl there. So that was a little, that probably would have been worth doing. Yeah. Alright, yeah, Giant Murktide. Alright, I'll get the island. See, I want another red source, but I also want to get this Ice-Fang Coatl going. I really should have pitch cast the Endurance, and then I could be playing Ice-Fang and Questing Druid on my turn. Imperial Recruiter. Alright, well, I guess I'll get the Forest. And I'm gonna play the Endurance here. Alright, we'll pass it back. Alright, so they're gonna attack for 7, and I guess I'm just gonna take it, sadly. And I think here comes the Questing Druid, okay. And a Brainstorm. Alright, they're ready to pass. A Lightning Bolt. Okay. Well, I could Fury plus Bolt this Murktide. But then if they just have Force of Will, it's all over. So I think I want to Lightning Bolt the Questing Druid. And Yeah, I want to play the Coatl, but it's not going to have Death Touch anyway, so I could just play the Questing Druid here. And I guess I'm just going to chump the Murktide region with Endurance and hope they don't have, like, Brazen Borrower for my Endurance. So they play a Flooded Strand. I'm about to get my chump block on. Ponder. Well, I'm playing that. Okay, more lands. Well, that's good. That will give my Coatl Death Touch. But they just have to Pyroblast my Coatl is the thing. But there's not too much else I can do. So I guess I'm not gonna worry about it. They didn't have an answer for it last time, and they didn't Pyroblast my Ponder. That's to say they didn't like Lightning Bolt my Ice-Fang Coatl last game, but I don't really have a great feeling about this. Well, they're taking a long time over there, which suggests that they're thinking about this attack. So I don't know, maybe this, wow, they did not, they just let me, wow. Okay, so we're in this game then. They don't have answers here. Because I'm gonna get to recruit for another Ice-Fang Coatl. Wow, they had Brazen Power and all right. You think they would have just forced the Coatl? Okay. So what do I want to do here? I mean, I could just play like a 1/1 Krasis. Just to make sure I live, and then recruit for another Coatl next turn. I could also Fury and kill the Dragon's Rage, but I want a hard cast Fury at this point. So yeah, maybe just Krasis comes down and just make sure I don't lose the game. Unholy Heat on my Coatl. Okay, so yeah, this Krasis is going to keep me around here. Okay. So they slam a Lightning Bolt here. Yeah, they do. All right, well, if I was just a little bit smarter, we would have had it there. But yeah, I definitely don't have the reps in with the food chain. Or the questing druid, but well, that was a promising game though. I should have been able to win, and yeah, I feel like this deck might actually work here. Okay, on the play. All right, this hand seems certainly keepable, so I'm just gonna Tropical Island and Ponder, and save my fetch land for the future. Yeah, these cards are cards I can play. So if I draw the Recruiter, it sets up being able to use Fury. Maybe I don't need the third land. We've got rebuys on the third land with Coatl and Questing Druid. And then if we get Wastelanded, well, we'll end up drawing that third land anyway. Cavern of Souls. Well, Fury's going to be good probably then, huh? Mother of Runes. Okay. Alright, so we draw the Coatl. I kind of have to Fury this Mother of Runes if I want Fury to do anything. Maybe I'll just do that. And then I could end of turn Seek the Beast. Alright, the Fury happens. And we shall seek the beast. Okay, so we found a land in an Imperial Recruiter. Okay. Well, here's an Ether Vial. I'm just going to force this. As Force of Will's not going to be doing too much else against their Cavern and Ether Vial. And here comes another Mother of Runes. Yep. Okay. A Lightning Bolt. So, I could bolt the mom and then just not have this Imperial Recruiter. I'm kind of costing myself a card either way. Because Lightning Bolt's not going to do much if I go Misty Rainforest Imperial Recruiter. And it's not really clear what I want to recruit for here. We're kind of going to be wanting to food chain this opponent out of the game, right? So I could recruit for like a Squee. Or I could like Questing Druid and Lightning Bolt. And accept that there's nothing I really want to recruit for right now. I'm kind of inclined to play to the board and then just Lightning Bolt the mom and play Questing Druid, well, in the other order, so it becomes a 2/2. And I'm just not sure. I mean, I could recruit for Walking Ballista, actually. All right, maybe that's actually a strat that I can get behind. I'm just gonna give up on the snow power here. Walking Ballista, okay. All right, they play a Marsh Flats, and here comes a human, Thalia. So if I rip a land, I can nuke their whole board. I would not be upset about that. I did rip a land. Yeah, I mean, I think I want to nuke their whole board, right? It seems like an easy decision. I guess if I wait, I can reload the Ballista. And the opportunity cost is attacking with Imperial Recruiter for 1 here. So if they do nothing and I get to add a counter to the Walking Ballista and just sit behind that, I'll take it. But otherwise, I can just take out the Mother of Runes at will here and the Thalia. And Questing Druid and Ice-Fang Coatl next turn. And it looks like we're gonna... Wow, Walking Ballista is gonna just win the game here without even food chain in play, it looks like. Okay, so they did not tap a land during my upkeep. Interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely juice the Ballista. Maybe the plan is to like Solitude in response. I guess it's not. Okay, I'll take out the mom. And they're going to give Thalia protection from a color until end of turn. Protection from red. And we'll take out the Thalia as well. And I'll get my attack for 2 on. Okay. They want to tap my Volcanic on my end step. I'll allow it. All right, so they've got Solitude mana now, so I would not be surprised if that happens. Okay, Skyclave Apparition. I'm sure they want to take out my Ballista here. Yeah, I'll just ping them for 1 in response. Okay. So they're going to port me. I could bolt their Apparition in response here or play Ice-Fang Coatl. It means I don't get the counters on the Questing Druid. I think I'm okay with that. We can just wait on those things. So I'm gonna play Questing Druid. And leave up either Ice-Fang Coatl or Lightning Bolt mana here. And we'll just pass the turn. We got a second port down here. They want to attack for 2. I guess I'll have to live with that. I mean, I could trade with Questing Druid, or I could not, but the Ice-Fang will not have the Death Touch yet. All right, what's the follow-up play here? Nothing, it seems. Okay, so we'll play Ice-Fang. Okay, so they're gonna Solitude my Questing Druid here, and that's fine. But we'll draw a card. Krasis, okay. And there's the food chain. But I don't have a way to go infinite here. I will play the other Ice-Fang and draw a card here. Another Bolt. Okay, I think I'm okay just getting the food chain down. I could Krasis for a bunch. That might be okay. Like a value Krasis here. So it would be 4 and 6 is 10. I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, that seems fine. So I'll get my free point in with the Ice-Fang. And then let's make a blue, green, blue. And yeah, I'll just accept the value here. Okay. So we're not going to have a way to go infinite, but I think, I mean, they have like 2 cards in hand. They'll need something very good to win with. Yorion, okay. In their hand now. A Stoneforge Mystic, we can Lightning Bolt that, although the subsequent equipment is going to pose an issue if we can't find a Force of Will, perhaps. Although we are going to be attacking for 8 in the air, so that actually will probably just end the game, huh? Well, we can only deal 14 damage, so I need to deal 1 more if that's what I want to have happen. Okay, I'm gonna start with a Brainstorm here. I think I can put back these. I don't think I need the basic forest. I'm gonna play the Ponder. Questing Druid. That's not terrible. But mostly we just need to attack in the air here. Get across the finish line. But it doesn't seem like we're gonna hit Force of Will. Well, we don't want to lose to Yorion, so we're probably gonna... I guess I really don't care about the Cauldron Complete. So I'm probably gonna bolt 2 of their guys. And then if they... Yeah, because we don't want to have them flash back on our Krasis. So... bolt 2 of their guys and play Ice-Fang Coatl. So we can kind of reload with these cards next turn. Okay. Take out the... Gonna attack for 8. Okay, let's take out Solitude. Take out the Skyclave. Okay, we can get in there with a sneaky Ice-Fang. I think we're in an okay spot. Okay, they're probably putting Cauldron into play, and that is totally cool. That is, yeah, they can deal 5 to me here. So we're at 13. And then it's just a question if they have Solitude here, or if it's just Yorion. I guess Yorion does block the Krasis for a turn. Okay. So maybe I should actually seek the beast here instead of Ice-Fang Coatl. Okay, I'm gonna get the... Just gonna try to play quickly here. So let's get the Questing Druid down. I should have played Squee. I guess it's not too late. Can play the Ponder here. Okay, these are all good cards. Okay. What do I need to draw? I guess I don't really need the Misthollow Griffin. And then we'll have Lightning Bolt and Fury going on here. So okay, let's play Squee. I gotta not time out here. So let's yield to this. Let's exile for red. Play the Squee. See that time is going to be a problem with this deck. Okay, so I just kind of cut ahead here. I played the Ice-Fang Coatl, drew the Fury. We're gonna play the Fury. I don't quite have enough red, so I gotta do this one more time. We have a Giganto, Questing Beast in play. Oh, okay, and so we can just target the Yorion. Bolt the Yorion. But probably made this a little more complicated than I had to. And attack for 8 here. Okay, I hadn't even thought about how you can go infinite with Questing Druid and the food chain. So that's a cool little synergy in the deck. All right, so what do I want to do here? Force of Will is probably not at its best in this matchup. So I'll bring in a Collector Ouphe. I mean, Force of Vigor, probably better than a Force of Will. Do I want like Uro? It's just a value card, but it's pretty bad against their Karakas. Some number of Force of Wills is okay. Probably keep the 3 Force of Wills and just do 1 Force of Vigor and cut a food chain. We're on this slow grindy plan, and Rishadan Port can really slow us down on the draw. All right, our hand's a little unexciting on the draw here, but I think I'm going to keep it. We're going to bolt into Questing Druid. If they start on Ether Vial, well, that'll be a good one for them. I mean, maybe Force of Will is bad here. Wow, we drew the friggin' Walking Ballista again. I think I still am just going to bolt the Mother of Runes. It's going to be a while before Walking Ballista is insane, and this frees us up to use Questing Druid on turn 2. And there's another Mother of Runes, so I think we'll get value from this Walking Ballista. I am going to just EOT the Questing Druid here. And I guess playing Tropical Island is fine. Keeping Misty in hand keeps my options open. All right, let us quest for some druids here. Well, I guess we'll seek the beast is what we're going to do. All right, so Force of Vigor and not a crazy hit. Wasteland from the opponent. That's a good one, but we have more mana coming. I'll need to play the Volcanic Island this turn or lose it. And accept that we're not going to get any value off this Force of Vigor. I could play Walking Ballista for 1, but I don't think that's where I want to be. Ideally, we played for 2 and, be able to keep it around. Okay, they're stuck on 2 mana. Oh, okay, they're not stuck on 2 mana. Yeah, Recruiter of the Guard, you got it. What are we recruiting for? Flicker the Wisp. All right, well, that's fine. Blue card. Nice. So, yeah, I'm just going to slam the food chain here. What we want to do, probably. Yup. Yeah, I'm going to get Tropical Island. And play the food chain. And then we win next turn. If they don't do anything, we'll just recruit for Squee. We've got it. Okay, so they do have a Rishadan Port here, so that's going to slow us down. But if they port us in the upkeep, we get to play Brainstorm. Okay, Flicker the Wisp, sure. Maybe I could have forced Flicker the Wisp. But I don't think it matters, and I think we've just won here. Skyclave Apparition. All right, well, that's going to be too slow. Okay, we can recruit for Squee. There he is. Okay. And we can do the thing. I'm just gonna type this in the chat in case they want to concede. Or otherwise, we'll just be going for it for a while here. Well, they haven't conceded so far, so I'm just going to get the Questing Druid into play. Because that is free as long as we're doing this other stuff. Okay, so yeah, I got 46 mana. It took like forever. But now we're going to play this giant Walking Ballista. And yeah, we'll ping our opponent out here. I made it 23 so that some shenanigan happens. The Walking Ballista will still be around and we can nuke their board and just attack here. There used to be a way to like save targets, but I guess they don't do that anymore. I'm just gonna stack them all up here. Okay, I think we've done it here. I just always yield to this. Yeah, it took a while, but we did get there. Okay, on the play for round 3. And I'm gonna keep a hand with lands and Brainstorm and some interaction. Alright, the opponent mulliganed to 6. I'm just gonna Vista and pass here and see what they want to do. Hopefully we don't get stifled. Okay, they're gonna strand and pass. That's cool with me. So I'm probably gonna like Tropical Island, Brainstorm on their upkeep and play around a potential Bowmaster. Or maybe I'll just end of turn Questing Druid. That seems good too. Or Seek the Beast. So I guess it's probably get Basic Island and Seek the Beast on my end step. Am I about to get stifled? Uh-oh. Well, hot damn. Alright. Unfortunate. I guess I should have Seeked the Beast in their upkeep, and at least they would be down a mana for this turn. And they have Wasteland, too. That's not fair. Okay. So they want to Wasteland me. I guess I'm going to Brainstorm. Okay, food chain not looking so hot here. I can't really play around Wasteland anymore, sadly. The way I walked into that stifle. Alright, well at least they did not play another Wasteland this turn. And it looks like they just want to pass here. Yeah, I think I am just going to end step Seek the Beast. And it looks like they're going to hard cast a Daze, which we'll let them do. I want to Seek the Beast of their own. Okay. And these rug decks popular in the queues. So maybe we can get some revenge here. See my Imperial Recruiter. So they can probably guess as to what might be going on. But we did hit another land, which is pretty clutch. They're putting in Questing Druid. I could force this. Just to try to like stick around. Yeah, I think I don't have any removal, and they're gonna force back. Okay, that's fine. They pitch their Ponder, so hopefully this slows them down a little. And they got themselves a Delver's Secrets. Okay. Well, maybe we can rip Fury off the top here. Another Questing Druid. Okay. So I could get Taiga to have my mana under me, or I could work towards the snow. I need to play Imperial Recruiter this turn, or lose it, so I'm gonna play it. And then what do we want to get? We're gonna try to rip Food Chain here and go off with something. You just get Ice-Fang. Yeah, probably just get Ice-Fang is fine. And pass the turn. Okay, they did find a Daze. That's good to know about. We're gonna get some beatings here. Okay, they're gonna Lightning Bolt my Recruiter. All right, well that's fine. Take that value. Take 5. Another Recruiter. Well, I need to find more lands. Or I need to... Food Chain. I mean, that's probably not a bad one. That can probably somehow make a win out of this, if anything's going to. Yeah, we're gonna want these to be able to beat Daze. I'm gonna play this island. I think putting Questing Druid into play is fine. We're just gonna try to win next turn and hope that they can't beat Food Chain. I mean, this is a potential win con if the Food Chain resolves. All right, well, they're gonna see that we have a Food Chain on top. Oh, the only thing is I didn't draw the extra card. Okay, well, I'm gonna take 5 here. Okay, so I'm gonna flush the Daze out of their hand with this Brainstorm. We grow the Questing Druid. And wow, Brainstorm resolved. And I think I bungled this a little bit. I probably should have just played the Ice-Fang Coatl because we definitely wanted the extra card. It's going to come down just to whether Food Chain resolves here then, right? Really no, probably not. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to... I'm going to need to sacrifice my Questing Druid to the Food Chain in order to play around Daze successfully. I guess I could have Lightning Bolt here too. Okay, well, let's see if the Food Chain resolves, huh? Okay, they're gonna Seek the Beast. What did we reveal here? Murktide region and Scalding Tarn. Okay. And yeah, we just know they have Daze, right? By Ice-Fang Coatl or by Questing Druid. So yeah, sadly I need to exile the Questing Druid for blue here, right? Yep. Yeah, I just don't see a way around having to do this. Okay. Make blue. Make a green. So maybe we'll rip. We kind of need to rip here. Otherwise, we're going to be doing this like in a wishy-washy kind of way. Yeah, I'm probably just dead anyway here if they daze, huh? Okay, well, they let it resolve. We ripped another Ice-Fang Coatl. So I think, I mean, that seems like good. I mean, they definitely should have dazed and cut me off a red there. Okay, well, there's the Krasis, so I guess we got there. Okay, well, now they're gonna daze, and is it gonna let me? Okay. You cannot use food chain mana to pay for days. All right, let's get Squee the Immortal. Play Squee. All right, here we go. Time to do this again. Okay, so the opponent asked me what I had in hand, and they agreed to concede. So God bless. All right. Okay, so there's a win against Delver. I knew I could do it, although I think I'd have to go back and watch it again. But I'm pretty sure I played a little loose with getting the Coatl out. I think I should have lost a daze there. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna run back this sideboarding. I love how you can board out the whole Misthollow and Force of Will package and just rely on Squee. This part of the deck is really cool. I just gotta get the wins together against these tempo decks. Okay, having some banter with the opponent about the merits of the deck here. We've got a sweet Carpet of Flowers hand. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. All right, we're continuing to talk in the chat there. Okay, done bantering with the opponent here. Let's play some Magic. Okay, so I'm just gonna probably try out the basic island here and hope to Carpet of Flowers on turn 2. Although, yeah, I think so. I could play Scalding Tarn and hope for a window to crack Scalding Tarn around the opportunity for my opponent to stifle, like right here. But then you'd be walking into Wasteland. Okay. Well, I guess I'm in no hurry to get my Scalding Tarn stifled. And I'm just gonna play the Volcanic Island and pass, and maybe look for an opportunity to play this Brainstorm. Okay, well, there's a Wasteland. So I guess this is my opportunity to play Brainstorm. And we're not really getting there, are we? Well, if they have Stifle, we are gonna lose. So what do I want to shuffle away here? The second Imperial Recruiter? I guess so. Should I just go for it and lose to Stifle here? I guess that's what I'm doing. Okay, well, they did not have Stifle. So I'm going to play the carpet. Okay. And then, well, I'm probably going to just play Brainstorm here and take advantage of this mana. Okay, we're still getting the shaft on mana, but I think it's okay. Lots and lots of red cards in this hand. I guess I'll put the... Well, Pyroblast doesn't seem amazing. But neither does Lightning Bolt, so I'll put back Lightning Bolt Krasis. They're going to crack this Misty, and that's good news for my Carpet of Flowers. And the opponent will seek the Beast. Okay, so they got Force of Will and Lightning Bolt off seeking the Beast there. None of those are really great hits. Okay, they'll get in there with Questing Druid. So I think we're probably going to win here, unless they have like a lot. So let's play this food chain. Okay, so we're gonna hope they don't have Daze here and Pyroblast the food chain. Oops. And if this works, well, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so they do have Daze. But what we can still do is play Fury, exiling the Squee. So we'll take out the Questing Druid. Okay, and food chain's not in play. I was thinking about how I was gonna sacrifice my Fury to food chain to play Squee there, but yeah. All right, Brainstorm from the opponent. Okay, so they Brainstorm and pass here. They just have 2 cards in hand. So I'm probably just gonna recruit for Ice-Fang Coatl here. And I'll just pass the turn. All right, DRC from the opponent. So we'll just go ahead and Lightning Bolt this the first chance we get. I would say this counts as a chance. We'll let them resolve the Surveil trigger. Their Brainstorm resolves. All right, they'll play a Tropical Island. Well, that's going to be good with our Carpet of Flowers. Ooh, we drew the Uro. Okay, well, I was going to like probably play Squee or something this turn. But we have a new plan now. I guess I should have made blue off of that, huh? Okay, another Dragon's Rage from the opponent. Well, that's going to get lightning bolted. We actually can't play Uro here, can we? Because we have mana constraints. We don't have any way to get double blue and double green unless we hit another mana here. Okay, there's a Hydroblast on my bolt. That's fine. No cards in hand for the opponent. Okay. I guess I'm gonna play Squee, Bolt the Dragon's Rage, and attack for 1. We're pretty far ahead here. I'm just trying to win as quickly as I can. Okay. I guess I'm gonna decline here for the first trigger. Attack for 3. And, well, I guess I'll go ahead and make blue. Play Ponder. Okay, there's the land we need to get Uro into play. So let's do that. Yeah. So I don't think it really matters what we exile here. Uro's in. Do they have a Pyroblast? They do. Okay, well that's no fun. But obviously the Uro is just going to come back here, and we still have this Hydroid Krasis and the Ice-Fang and Questing Druid waiting in the wings, so we're quite far ahead, you might say. Okay, they're going to bobble. That's cool. So let's make a I guess blue's fine. Let's try the Uro again. They have another Pyroblast. That's cool. So I guess I'll grab a basic forest and play out the Ice-Fang. I will attack. All right. We draw a Wasteland, but with our carpet, it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna just Brainstorm here to put more cards in my graveyard. There's the food chain. All right. Well, I guess I'll do the attack. And I mean, I guess we're going off here. Okay, and after some looping of Squee, my opponent is ready to scoop it up. And man, that was a drubbing on the Rug Delver there, so that was fun. Okay, we're on the draw. We've got a lands and spells kind of hand. I'm gonna keep that. All right, Underground Sea and a Grief from the opponent. So it seems like a blue-black scam. And I would think this would be a positive matchup. But we'll see. All right, they'll go ahead and take my Brainstorm. Okay, they'll probably go ahead and take my Ponder. So that leaves us with not much. They took the Krasis. Well, that's fine. I'd much rather have the Ponder. My opponent's still only on 3 cards here. And then we rip the Questing Druid. This is a Bowmaster matchup, though, so we'll have to see how we fare against that. Okay, and they're going to daze my Ponder. That's fine. So we'll get to hopefully not get the Seek the Beast dazed on my next turn. No stifles. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna play around daze here again. All right, Brainstorm from the opponent. All right, the beast is sought. We got Imperial Recruiter and Brainstorm. So I won't be able to play both. Will Swamp Cycle the Troll of Khazad-dûm. Are they going to reanimate it? They are not. They are going to attack for 3. Well, I probably do want to bolt this Grief and play this Brainstorm around the Orcish Bowmaster. So I think we'll do that. Okay, some not super inspiring draws, but that's okay. We'll get that Grief out of here. Then we can start playing Questing Druid next turn. They'll play a Brainstorm. Alright, they finished brainstorming over there. They'll Island Cycle the Lorien Revealed. And pass the turn. Drawn more lands. Okay. I guess I'll just get the Questing Druid down. And there's no real reason to play a Misthollow Griffin into days. But they're probably going to get a Murktide or reanimate this Troll of Khazad-dûm soon. We have stalled out a little bit here. Bowmaster to pick off the Druid. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world. Fetch to thin. All right, we've been sitting on this Scalding Tarn here for a hot minute while my opponent chews up their clock. Okay. We got a Volcanic Island. Ice-Fang Coatl. It's not the best against the Bowmaster here. I will play this Misthollow Griffin, which can at least block or make their Orc army attacks and all that not very good. I got a Volcanic Island there because I'd be interested in hard casting Fury. And we'll need double red. If we get Wastelanded off of this, we get the Taiga. But another basic island doesn't seem to help the mana base too much. They're going to reanimate the Troll and go to 10. And play Mystic Sanctuary and probably get back either the Lorien Revealed or a Brainstorm. They'll take a reanimate, okay? Seems like they probably don't want to pay any more life to reanimate. They're attacking with an Orc army. What am I missing here? I don't know, and I'm gonna block. I mean, if they play another Bowmaster, I just don't think that. How do they deal 2 damage to this Misthollow Griffin? Oh, is that it turns on the Fatal Push? I see. Okay, yeah, tokens leaving play. It does have a way of doing that. Okay. Well, it probably should have been obvious. All right, they're gonna reanimate the Grief. I'd say we're pretty much dead here. We just stalled out a little bit on this one. We take my other Misthollow. Yeah, we're not doing much here against their Bowmaster, but I guess I'll play Ponder. There's really nothing that's good here. I mean, I could recruit for a Ballista or something. I'll just shuffle and all right, I'm ready to concede. Okay, so I want to run back the same boarding, but I also want the Veil of Summer now. I mean, I could probably trim a Fury. It's not that good. I kind of want Magus of the Moon, but I guess I'm okay without it. I mean, it would we could potentially cheese them with a random Magus of the Moon, But all right, this hand looks good. Okay, so yeah, we'll use the Misty to get a basic island. We're gonna use the Misty to get a basic forest and the Prismatic to get a basic mountain, most likely. These cards seem good. We'll probably hide the Lightning Bolt and then keep the Veil of Summer in hand. If they play like a Thoughtseize turn 1, they probably have to take the Veil. And maybe that would be worth hiding over the Lightning Bolt. I was just thinking about how I didn't want to lose to Bowmaster. Okay, but it looks like we're not going to get Thoughtseized, so that is good news. And yeah, we'll just hold a Veil here, and if they don't do anything that makes me need to Veil, we'll Ice-Fang Coatl. Right, they're just passing. I don't want to draw the Fury. Maybe Fury should be boarded out. So it does seem like they're on Orcish Bowmaster, right? And so when I Coatl, I'm going to want to hold a Veil. So maybe I should get like a tropical island here. Or like a Taiga. I think a Taiga is good here. And then maybe I should have sought the beast. Yeah. On my my end step last turn. But I was just thinking about this Ice-Fang Coatl. But if they're not doing anything, I think I should be fine just sitting back here. Okay. Alright, well, it's pretty obvious that I have Veil. But I think I am just gonna Questing Druid on my end step. Or Seek the Beast, I mean. Hydroblast. Do I want to Veil this? Veil and walk into Daze here? I guess so. Okay, we did not walk into Daze. Okay, so I don't think I need to pitch cast Endurance here. I do have a Wasteland, so that is going to stop me from being able to use Endurance here. So probably the plan is just to Ponder and then Lightning Bolt their Bowmaster. Ooh, a Carpet. That's exciting. Let's make a blue. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Ponder. Here comes the Bowmaster. Okay, so yeah, I just had to deal with a quick phone call. Yes, we're lightning bolting the Bowmaster on the stack here. They're gonna get to do their thing. Ponder. These cards, they look okay. I mean, Carpet of Flowers with Ballista. So I'm probably gonna Endurance here, pitching Ice-Fang Coatl. And so I guess these cards are okay. I have another Lightning Bolt to protect against another Bowmaster. So I'm gonna keep. Then I'm gonna play the Endurance, exiling Ice-Fang. Exile my opponent's stuff. Or put it on the bottom of their library. And pass the turn. Alright, they're starting off with a Lorien Revealed. So that's going to charge up the carpet. So that's something I can be excited about. Okay, yeah, let's use the ability. I kind of want to make blue. I think that's fine. We'll play the Questing Druid off a green and a blue. We'll play Ponder. And if they Bowmaster here, we can Lightning Bolt the Bowmaster. Okay, so Questing Druid is successfully a 2/2. Okay, these are cards. Pyroblast is one we might want down the line. Though Squee's not super exciting. Maybe this is just a shuffle. Alright. Scalding Tarn I'm okay with. And so I think I'm just going to seek the beast on my end step here. And I think I want to do it off a basic mountain. Okay, a Shieldred's Edict. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we found Uro. So that's probably good. And Volcanic Island, we'll be able to put that into play. So that's all exciting stuff. Opponent will ponder. Okay, so they want to reanimate my Endurance here, and that's certainly going to slow down my attempts to Uro. So I could Brainstorm now in response, but I don't even have Force of Will in the deck, so I guess we'll just live with that. Endurance coming back to bite me here, but what are you going to do? So we'll take some damage. The Krasis is not a bad one. But we need to play Uro this turn, so we're going to do that. So we can make probably just blue. I guess I'll play the Questing Druid first. Oh man, I did it wrong. Because I only have one green mana source. Bummer. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Food chain, okay. Can't play that this turn either. Okay, there's the Squee. Alright, so we kind of have all the ingredients here then. Yep, we just need to get the food chain down next turn. Okay, the Squee's in, and we'll pass the turn. So they'll attack with Endurance. I'll go to 13. So we'll see if they can stop this food chain from coming down. With this Pyroblast backup, though, I feel pretty good about it. Okay, so let's make green. Let's play food chain. Food chain is in. Okay, so let's start making mana here. Okay, so we're going off here, and I shrink the window to kind of make this easier to do. A fatal push on my Questing Druid. Sure, you got it. So this is should draw us the Hydroid Krasis if everything is as memory serves. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do here is just settle for a reasonably large Krasis. I don't want to use up all my clock here, so I'll probably just go down to 12 minutes and see where I'm at. Okay. I'm just gonna do a few more here. Or I guess this is probably it. I kind of gotta... I'll make green mana and then replay the Squee. And I mean, this is going to be a pretty darn big Krasis here. They did not Bowmaster in response. Krasis is in. I could go infinite with the Ballista if I need to. Okay, and I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. We can discard some lands. Petty Theft. So we have a Pyroblast for that. So hopefully that secures the game. We'll just discard this Wooded Foothills. So they'll play a Ponder. Okay, they chose not to shuffle. That's interesting. Here's a Plague Engineer. Do I need to do anything in response here? I don't think so. You can take out the Coatls. They chose Goblin. That's fine. Okay. I guess we'll make some green here. I am going to lightning bolt this Plague Engineer and just get that out of the way in case it poses some kind of problem. And then I do want to play the Uro. Okay. Uro's in there. And then I can play a land. And we'll play the Squee. And I'm just going to attack with the crew in the sky. Could do some kind of shenanigan with Walking Ballista. But I just don't think we need to worry that hard. Use up that much clock. Yeah, they're at 1. They must have... Oh, it has Trample, the Krasis, of course. Okay. Alright, I'm just considering my options for game 3 here. I mean, Fury does seem questionable. So maybe that could be like a Magus at the Moon. Or I could just bring in 2 Flusterstorms. I don't know if I need Fury, but I just don't want to lose to the Bowmaster. Maybe 1 Fury's okay, and I'll just bring in a Flusterstorm, and we'll try that. Okay, well, we have a Carpet hand. I mean, there's a good chance we do just get griefed here and lose it. We'll Well, I would not like to get my initial land wastelanded here, but I don't want to wait around for this carpet to get discarded. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this carpet down. And if they have Force of Will, then so be it. Okay, the carpet's in. So that seems good for our win percentage here. Oh, so they have the Lorien reveal. Nah, that makes sense. Okay, they're playing a Ponder. And they'll Wasteland. They chose not to shuffle. Good to know. I guess I'll go ahead and make a blue here. Play Ponder. This is kind of a lot of what I already have, except for the Brainstorm, which I guess is okay. I think I'm just going to shuffle, though. More lands. I guess that's not the end of the world. I guess I'm going to play Scalding Tarn so I don't instantly get wastelanded, and then we can Uro next turn. Alright, so they're passing. I don't really want to walk into Bowmaster here, so maybe I will refrain on the Uro. We keep drawing all the lands, though, don't we? Well, if they Bowmaster here, I think it's okay, because we'll just end up lightning bolting it. So let's make a blue. Sacrifice this for red. Let's get the basics going. Let's play Uro. So if they Bowmaster here, we get to put out the Taiga and lightning bolt the Bowmaster. Yeah. That's pretty much how we drew it up. We'll put this Taiga into play. And then with this Bowmaster on the stack, we'll bolt the Bowmaster. See if they have days. If they don't. Okay, and we'll see if they have Surgical Extraction here. I would imagine it's hard for them to keep in Surgical Extraction, although they just don't have that much stuff in their deck that they can do. So maybe there is room for Surgical. It's not like they have like Pyroblast and stuff they can bring in. So Uro's not going to come back this turn. No, it is going to come back. If they play an island here, we can get the Uro going. But, okay, reanimate on the Bowmaster. Okay. Well, that is certainly something. Keep drawing lands. All right. Well, we'll use the ability. We'll make a blue and play a food chain holding up the mountain, I guess. Could have made it look like I had Veil of Summer, but I failed to do so. Okay, they're going to Wasteland and pass and attack for 4. So we're at 12. Okay. Let's use the ability. Let's make a green. So I guess I'm just going to fearlessly play the Uro into this Bowmaster. Okay. So yeah, they're not really winning the race. The Bowmaster doesn't really beat the Uro. I don't believe. Our life total is replenished, but Brainstorm not looking too hot here. Looks like they have a petty theft. Okay, well that's not the end of the world. Okay, so they played some more mana. So we're just kind of one card shy here. I'm probably going to end up brainstorming and taking it on the chin here, and then just trying to find the one more card we need to go off. Prismatic Vista, that was not really the draw. Okay. All right, well, let's make blue. Let's play Brainstorm. They get their fancy triggers. Another Bowmaster. All right, well, I'm not dead, I don't believe. Yeah, we just go to 1. And sadly, we did not really get there. Though I can, we can seek the beast. But no, that doesn't really... Okay, I can Imperial Recruiter and then seek the beast. And maybe that'll get us there. I guess the lack of fury in this game I am upset about. So let's play Imperial Recruiter. And they have Hydroblast too. Dang. I guess we're just dead then. Alright. Well, I feel like this, we almost had it there, or we just lost their double Bowmaster. I guess I can play this carpet. And then go to my second main, and then seek the beast and see the 2 lands I put back. Yeah, alright. Alright, playing for 3 and 2 with this this crazy deck here. And this hand has a bunch of stuff going on, so yeah, I'm gonna keep. Okay, here we go. What do I want to get here? I kind of want to get the basic island and the basic mountain and lead that into Seek the Beast. So maybe I'll just Prismatic Vista and pass here. An Ancient Tomb strat. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. Chally on 1. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it, so you got it. So what we want to do here is just try and food chain and win. We have the ingredients to do it with like a Fury in hand. And a Chalice on 0, okay. I do want to find one more land, so I'm not cracking this fetch. We found one more land, so that is good news. So I think I'm going to get Island Mountain and Seek the Beast. Yup. Okay, Brainstorm in a land. Well, we can play the land. And the Questing Druid. But yeah, we just need a Squee or a Misthollow Griffin to go off here, or an Imperial Recruiter would work as well. All right, what are we naming with this Cavern of Souls? Human? Okay. If it's an Archon, we'll have to, it's not an Archon. It's going to be the Caves of Chaos Adventurer. All right, well, we're probably going to have to burn our Fury on that. But it's actually okay. So we're going to get to Fury the play Food Chain, Fury the Caves of Chaos Adventurer, and then sacrifice the Fury to Food Chain, and then play a Walking Ballista for 3. So that'll be fun. I should have played the land from exile there. I took my eye off the prize. Thinking about this line that I'm trying to pull off here. I guess I'll get the Tropical Island rather than the Taiga. Play Food Chain. Play Fury, exiling the Lightning Bolt. Take out the Caves of Chaos Adventure. And I did not do the thing with Food Chain that I wanted to do. That's a bummer. Dang, I'm blowing it at the finish line here. Well, if I draw Imperial Recruiter, I'll feel good about this because the Walking Ballista will still be in hand. But man, that was a punt. I'm just a little... This deck is kind of stressful to play. Yep. You're constantly up against the clock here. Dang. Well, there's the Archon of Emeria. And, yeah, man, I could have had this Walking Ballista for 3 in play to deal with that. Force of Will, well, that is okay. Alright, I guess I'm going to play this Quirion Dryad, aka Questing Druid. Alright, so yeah, they made a treasure. So we're about to Force a Will, whatever this is. Okay, a 4th Earlingus. I'm definitely gonna force that. That gets a trigger for the Questing Druid. That's out of the way. Ooh, they're gonna attack here and let me get the initiative, it would seem. So that at least gets me another mana. So Misthollow Griffin off the top. No, that doesn't really do it now, does it? All right, let's attack. I guess basic forest, island, forest. I don't think it matters. I'll just get the island. Play the island. Play Walking Ballista for 4? I guess so. I mean, we can take it up and eventually take out that Archon. Okay, so that is in. And I could have pitched the Questing Druid there and made it a 3/3 right away. And then a 4/4. But this Catacombs is not going to do a lot, is the good news. Because we can just pick it off with a Walking Ballista. They have to attack first. So that works out well. Because we'll just, yeah, pick this off on our turn. Okay, another Archon of Emeria. Well, that's a pretty good one, huh? Ice-Fang Coatl. So I can attack with both. Now we need to pick off the skeleton. Then I think I just attack with both. They probably block the Walking Ballista, right? I think that's what happens, but at least they don't hit the Throne of the Dead like right away. I'll attack with both. Maybe they'll make a mistake here. Yeah, blocking with a Walking Ballista would make sense. So I can put them down to 7. I guess I might as well, right? I guess we'll grow the Questing Druid. We at least do have a blocker in play. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna forge the Ice-Fang Coatl. Has flying at least. Yeah, I guess we're going to do that. And we've got force up for whatever's about to happen here. So they have to attack with both their Archons, but then they get this Throne of the Dead. But we might somehow survive this. Because we'll have 2 attackers to get through with. That's probably not enough. But the Ice-Fang Coatl is going to come through the sky. I don't know, we'll see what happens here. But I guess I'm probably dead, unless they give me... They tap their Ancient Tomb for some reason. Or maybe they brick terribly on this Throne of the Dead. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Yeah, so they've got this big old Seasoned Engineer. They get to go back to the first room. But that part's not scary. But yeah, I'm just going to end up a damage short here, sadly. Although, yeah, maybe they can't kill me on their turn. So maybe we'll be okay here, actually, nonetheless. But we'll see what happens. Because they're only showing 8 here. So how does this crazy thing work? Yeah, it only explores once, so... I think they can only deal 9. If they tap the Ancient Tomb, they're dead. So, well, it's okay, they tap the Ancient Tomb. So maybe we're going to get there. Yeah, here's the Force of Will. But I think we got it now, then. Okay, well, a terrible blunder there. But haven't played any food chains in a while. We somehow pulled it out. Okay, well, most of our sideboard cards aren't very good. Like them shutting off Brainstorm and Ponder with Chalice, and we only have 12 cards. They all pitched a Force of Will. Lightning Bolt only hits the Archon of Emeria, although that card is a problem. I guess it hits the Caves of Chaos Adventurer, so I guess we'll keep those in. So I'm probably looking at just not doing any changes here. Yeah, I don't think Force of Vigor is really worth it. I mean, Mindbreak Trap maybe does something some percentage of the time, but I don't see myself cutting any of these cards. Yeah, I just don't see myself cutting anything here, so I'm gonna run it back. Well, we've got an interesting hand on the draw. I mean, it does have Food Chain and a combo piece, and a bunch of cantrips. So we're kind of all in on fading the Chalice on 1. They mulliganed, I guess. I'm gonna keep, like, I just don't know how great of a hand we can hope to find. I mean, Force of Will would be a nice one in the opener. I guess if they turn 1 Chalice, it is probably going to be pretty brutal. The Chalice is not super effective against us, but... well, are we going to get hit with a turn 1 Chalice? That is not an Ancient Tomb. Do they have Lotus Petals and Spirit Guides? Okay, well, they look to be passing the turn. So I gotta be happy about that. Misty Rainforest. So what I might do is fetch for a Volcanic Island here. Or maybe a Tropical Island. It doesn't make sense to play the island first turn, I don't think. Where that's a good one once the Archon is in play. Archon of Emeria. Alright. I'm just gonna get the Volcanic Island because I might need to Lightning Bolt an Archon. This is an easy shuffle. It's a lot of what I already have. And it's another cantrip. Okay. Alright, well, here's a City of Traders and a Spirit Guide, so we're about to get hit with probably a Seasoned Engineer or the other guy. Yeah, here it is. The Caves of Chaos Adventure. Sure thing. But I'll probably at least get to Brainstorm on my turn. And try to get this. We do have a few turns to hopefully set off this food chain. Okay, there's a Force of Will, and there's a Lightning Bolt. So those are good things to see. Put back a land. We're probably going to get Taiga here. Okay, so this will slow them down a little bit. Alright, so they're going into the Lost Well on their turn. That makes sense. Okay. It's possible that putting back the fourth land there was dumb because, well, I'm still another card away from going off of this food chain, but would have had the chance to just play the food chain and... Are we just going to get nothing here? No. What do we got here for 2 mana? Chalice on 1. So, yeah, I think I am going to force this. I do want to play my Brainstorms, probably. Okay, there's a Fury. So that can help make the combo work. I think I am going to Brainstorm rather than Food Chain. My lands are awkward. It'd be better if this thing made blue so I could cantrip twice this turn, but I can't. The good news is we're not really dying over here. And the Fury is a potential answer to the Archon of Emeria. Yeah, I think I just have to shuffle. There's the fourth land, at least. Man, I had the Fury in hand at the beginning of the turn, so maybe I should have just played Food Chain there. And then I could at least be food chaining like into Fury, Misthollow. Okay, they're just passing. We still don't really have to panic yet. Okay, well there's Squee. So what we'd like to do is attack with Squee next turn, but they're going to get the 4-1. Well, I could Food Chain, and then Fury pitching the Squee. So I think I need to Brainstorm here, and then play Food Chain. Okay, well there are the win cons. So maybe we've just done it then. Because we can play Food Chain. Okay, so I just gotta not screw it up this time. So let's play Fury. Exiling the Squee. Okay. Let's put these on this. Let's put these abilities on the stack. Okay, now I can exile this for red. Okay. All right, and we're gonna have it from here. Okay. Squeeze in. Exile. Squee and play Misthollow. Play Squee. Exile the Squee. Play Squee. We have the what the from the opponent in chat. Okay, then we get to Imperial Recruit. So unless they've got like Mindbreak Trap here along the way, it's gonna be all over. Looks like they don't have Mindbreak Trap immediately. Okay, here's the Ballista. And then we're just, you know, using the food chain. The opponent, not super pleased, I guess. I think they're gonna make me play it out. Well, I'll be back when I've got more mana. Apparently, I play the cheap deck when they're on the initiative. All right, well, my opponent, yeah, I guess is not a fan of this deck, and they seem to be just running out the clock. Oh, okay, here we go. I guess it's the old hope that I don't instantly come back. Okay, yeah, so my opponent ultimately did not come back for that final game there. So yeah, this is what happened. We lost to Temur Delver, beat Death and Taxes, beat Temur Delver, lost to Blue Black Scam, and beat the initiative. So yeah, this deck was pretty awesome, I would say. Lots of fun stuff going on there. I think that Delver and Blue Black Scam should be better matchups. I just didn't quite sideboard correctly. I guess you probably don't board out the Furies, or maybe, I mean, 2 Furies against Blue Black Scam is probably good to make room for that 1 Veil of Summer. I think that would have been where I want to be. But yeah, all right, well, this deck is pretty awesome. I mean, dealing with the clock is a little crazy. It's a little frantic, but the meme value just can't be argued with. And yeah, that was pretty exciting. So yeah, if you enjoy that kind of content, I think I'm probably going to be running this deck back in the future because that was pretty awesome. So, you know, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, thanks.